How's it going, guys? I just got done watching Bash in Berlin, so I just wanted to come on here and give you guys my immediate reaction to this match card. I thought that this was a banger of a PLE, so I am super excited to come on here and talk to you guys about what I thought about each match. The first match that we're going to hop into today is Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the Universal WWE title. And my God, from the very get-go, this match was fast-paced. This match was amazing. This match had great storytelling inside the ring, and I am overall super satisfied with this match. And from the get-go of this match, we saw Kevin Owens really hesitant to attack that hurt knee that they've been trying to build up from Cody Rhodes, and I honestly love that. I thought it was a really cool angle to take. Now, eventually throughout this match, we do see him straight on attack the knee, and I love that. I love this more ruthless version of Kevin Owens that they're teasing towards, and I think that they need to keep building onto that going forward. And I gotta say, for an obvious match, we all know that Cody Rhodes was walking out of here the WWE champion. So like I said, for an obvious match, they did an amazing job of selling these 2 counts on Cody Rhodes. There was a fisherman's brainbuster that Kevin pulled off, and oh my gosh, this was one of the closest 2 counts that I have ever seen. And then there was a swanton off the top ropes where Kevin had Cody on his shoulders and swantoned off and rolled off of him. And that again was another close 2 count. And I'd be lying to you guys if I said that for a split second, there were points and times in this match where I thought, man, maybe Cody's knee really is hurt and they're going to put the belt on Kevin. That's just how close some of these 2 counts were, that I was genuinely on the edge of my chair thinking, man, this might be the last match that we get to see Cody as champion. But come to find out, Cody is just extremely good at selling this injury. We don't even know if this is a real injury. It could be very well a fake injury that they put into the storyline just to make it a little bit more interesting. But man, oh man, did he have me fooled. And a lot of people are saying that the ending of this match is lackluster, but I gotta say, I personally don't feel that way. I think that the crossroads to end it was good, and I think that after the match, them two kind of rekindling their friendship, they end up holding up each other's hands. Now, Kevin obviously doesn't look happy about it, and that's okay. I wouldn't really be happy if I just lost the title match either. But yeah, no Kevin Owens heel turn today, which is kind of a bummer, but at the end of the day, this was a 5-star match of the year caliber match, and I cannot say that I'm disappointed with this. I was in love with this match from start to finish, so I gotta give this one a double thumbs up. The next match on this card was Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus the Unholy Union for the Women's Tag Team Championships, and I gotta say that in my last video in the predictions, I said that it would be a huge misbooking if they were to put these titles back on Bianca and Jade, and that's what ended up happening. Now, am I still a believer of that? Not entirely, because quickly in this match, I was reminded just how good of a wrestler Bianca Belair was. She was super clean throughout this entire match. Her and the Unholy Union actually had some pretty good chemistry. So yeah, I don't think that Bianca and Jade winning back the titles is the worst thing in the world like I thought it was going to be. But man, I'm just bummed to see the Unholy Union losing these titles after just 77 days of holding them. Because I thought across all the brands that they were defending these titles on, I thought that they were doing an amazing job. And I thought that we should keep rewarding them going forward and let them hold these titles for some time. But obviously Triple H is going for a more long-form booking of these titles. And obviously we know that ultimately this is going to lead to Jade Cargill or Bianca Belair turning heel on one another. You know, if that's the plan for it, I don't really see why they needed the tag team belts to be able to tell this story. But man, Triple H has proved me wrong on multiple accounts on why I should just let him do the booking and I do the watching. So I'm going to trust him on this one. This match was amazing. I have no complaints for the match itself. Jade Cargill looked good, Bianca Belair looked good, Alba Fire and Alba Dawn all looked good. So yeah, this match gets a thumbs up from me as well. And to move on from that, of course, we have the 13-foot strap match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. And I have to say, myself included, everybody was skeptical about this whole you have to touch all 4 corners of the ring while dragging his carcass. We were all skeptical about that. But I went on record saying in the last video that this is Drew McIntyre and CM Punk we're talking about. They can make this match slap, and that is exactly what they did. From start to finish, this match felt like a true blood feud. Because there were multiple points where Drew had Punk down or Punk had Drew down, and they could have easily touched all 4 corners, but they said, you know what? No, man, I hate you. I'm going to beat the crap out of you, and that's exactly what they did. This match got brutal. This match got bloody. Punk was bleeding from his forehead a little bit, and I just got to say, from a 45-year-old CM Punk, I did not expect this caliber of match, but God, was this so good, man. I am so impressed with the match that they just put on today. And of course, we knew at some point Drew was going to bring out the bracelet. He pulled it from his crotch compartment, which I think was a little bit weird. And CM Punk hit him with the GTS and took back the bracelet and immediately put it back on. Which Punk, I just got to say, buddy, that was in his crotch compartment. You might want to take that thing to the back and give it a little disinfectant spray, give it a little Dawn dish soap, clean it off a little bit. I think that's a little bit nasty of you to put it right on your arm. But if you want Drew McIntyre's ball sweat on your wrist, who am I to say otherwise, brother? If that's what you want, that's all you, man. Just not for me personally. But all jokes aside, like I said, this match was phenomenal. After the match, CM Punk obviously won. He went to the back, he did a backstage interview, and he said that he is done with Drew McIntyre and he is moving on to the World Heavyweight Championship scene. And to this, I think me and you both know that this is a load of BS. Whether it's this next Monday Night Raw, whether it's next Monday Night Raw, Drew McIntyre is going to come out and attack CM Punk and relight this feud, because there's no place that this feud can end except for bad blood. And I would like this thing to get really bloody, really brutal, and just end the feud in a right way of just pure hatred and just them beating the absolute crap out of each other. And the second to last match that we have to go over is Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, the Terror Twins, versus Dirty Dom Mysterio and Liv Morgan. And I gotta say, this match checked every single box for me. It was nothing short of amazing. Usually in these mixed tag team matches, I think it tends to be slow. I think it tends to be botchy, just because, when the male wrestler tags in, the other side's male wrestler has to come in the ring, and when the female gets tagged in, the other female has to come in the ring for obvious reasons. And I think this usually tends to slow down the match and make it look a lot worse. But we did not have any of those problems in this match today. So I just want to give a huge shout out to all four parties in this match: Damian, Rhea, Liv, Dominik. I thought that they all did an amazing job. I think my favorite spot from this match is Dom trying to reach out and give Rhea a hug, and Rhea just said, "Nah, we're not having it, man. This is a one-time thing, if you turn your back on me one time, mommy's gone forever." And so, Dom, what I gotta say to that, I hope all those chicken tenders and that PS5 controller, I hope they're worth it, because you fumbled the bag, my boy. My brother, you completely fumbled the bag. And yeah, we ended up seeing Rhea Ripley pin Liv Morgan and win this match for the Terror Twins. And I gotta say, that was shocking, to say the least. I did not think that Damian and Rhea were gonna win this, but man, am I pleasantly surprised. My only small complaint about this match, and it's not even really a complaint, it's just a different way of looking at it, is I think that the new Judgment Day looked a little bit weaker, in the sense of they just got 2v5'd again. How many times do we get to see Damian and Rhea take out this whole conglomerate of JD McDonough, Finn Balor, Carlito, Liv, and Dominik? I just think it's a little bit unrealistic, but I mean, if the WWE's goal was to build up Rhea and Damian to be these strong forces, they certainly did a good job of that. And the reason why I say it's not really a complaint, or it's not a big complaint to say the least, is because Liv still has the belt, JD and Finn still have the belt, and the Terror Twins have no gold. So at the end of the day, if they want to build up a feud going into Bad Blood between Rhea and Liv and Damian and Finn, the new Judgment Day still has the upper hand, just for the sheer fact that they have all the gold. And I do think that that's where they're leaning. I think we're going to get Finn Balor and Damian Priest, and we're going to get Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan at Bad Blood. But that's for another video, because I think tomorrow my Bad Blood match card prediction will be posted. So go ahead and check that out tomorrow. And now we got to talk about the main event between Randy Orton, the Legend Killer, and Gunther, the Ring General, the living legend. And a lot of people online have been saying that this is the match of the night. This is a 5-star match of the year contender. And this is going to be a hot take when I say this, so don't ridicule me, but this match just did not do it for me personally. And that's not to say that I think that this match was bad, because absolutely by no means was this a bad match. I just think whenever I hear a name like Randy Orton and Gunther, I had a lot higher expectations for this match than what I got out of it. I think that in some points in this match, I thought that it felt a little bit slow. A specific spot to point out is that Randy Orton was setting up the stairs to get Gunther on, and I just think that he did an abnormally long amount of time setting up these stairs. He was obviously just trying to catch his breath, and I can't even blame him for that, dude, because obviously I would be out there trying to catch my breath as well, man. when you wrestle more than a half hour, you know, they went on for about 40 minutes, I want to say. It's definitely understandable to be tired, but just for my liking personally, I thought it was a little bit too slow paced. I wish they would have picked it up a little bit, but like I said, that's one of my only complaints for this match. A couple of good takeaways that I got from this match is we got to see Gunther get put through a table 5 times, I want to say. 4 times, Randy dropped him onto the main commentator's table there, and that has to be one of the strongest tables I've ever seen in my entire life because it did not budge at all. And then, of course, whenever he went to the German commentator side and he dropped Gunther through there, he actually put him straight up through that table. So that was really cool to see a more ruthless version of Randy Orton than we've probably seen since he's came back to the WWE. And then, obviously, when you talk about the ending of this match, this is a very polarizing ending. You have Gunther making Randy Orton, the 14-time WWE World Heavyweight and Universal Champion, you have him making him pass out. So they did a great job of making Gunther come out of this PLE looking like the top force in the company. Looking like, well, I just beat this guy. Who's going to stop me now? So if that's what they were going for, they did a fantastic job. I just think in the process of doing that, they made Randy Orton look extremely bad and extremely weak. And I don't think that that's the best move to take. Because this isn't going to be Randy Orton's last main event feud, you know. So whenever it comes time to do Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes, why should we get invested in Randy Orton again if we just saw him lose to the World Heavyweight Champion? So I just don't think that this was the smartest thing to do for Randy going forward. But certainly it made Gunther look like a real champion and a real threat. So if that's what they were going for, they did exactly that. And my last complaint for this is this was a personal feud. You know, Gunther made it personal when he brought up Randy's grandpa, Randy's dad. He even said that Randy was the worst of them all. And to see them shaking hands and almost see like a face Gunther after this match, man, that is just so confusing to me as to why they would take that angle. And I think it's they wanted to have like a passing the torch kind of moment, so I understand, but like why make this feud so personal just to have them shake hands and walk off like friends in the end? I mean, it was just a little bit weird to me, but overall, yeah, this was a good match. I know I've had some critical opinions on it, but that's okay, man, because at the end of the day, I am one wrestling fan. So if one wrestling fan didn't think that this was a 5-star match, who cares, man? Wrestling is subjective. What I think was the greatest match of the night, you could have thought was the worst match of the night, and that's okay, because matches and wrestlers, they aren't for everybody. We're all going to have our own opinion, and that is okay. And that, of course, is the end of this match card. Those were my 5 opinions on the 5 matches that happened today. If you guys couldn't tell, I am feeling a little bit under the weather. I'm sorry for my voice in today's video. If you made it this far, I appreciate you so much, especially for putting up with probably the bad audio because of my voice. Go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, turn on the noti bell, all of that good stuff. And thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I'm going to be making a Bad Blood predictions video either tomorrow or the next day, so make sure to tune into that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.